and welcome to Cosplay with Constance. Today we're at New York City Comic Con talking to the amazing and wonderful Troy Baker.
Aww.
How are you enjoying the convention so far?
It's amazing. New York, to me, is kind of like coming home. San Diego, and it was the big show. I just grabbed your ass, and that was fun.
It's okay, just my bag,
cool.
but I don't mind.
Wow. For the bag? Or take two. No, New York is like coming home to me. San Diego is like the big show, but there's just, to me, this still feels like very nerdy. Like New York still feels very nerdy, so I feel more at home here. Yeah.
And so we're a cosplay talk show. Cosplayers are everywhere in New York, of course, today. What is your opinion on cosplayers?
To me, it's one of the best demonstrations, not of fandom, but of community. There was a point in the panel that we did today where I said, reminding people that if you don't fit in, don't try to, because that means you stand out. And I think the world is led by people and made by people who stand out. So there's a lot of kids or even adults that will go to their job or go to school or whatever that walk around feeling really, really weird in normal clothes. But as soon as they break out of that and they're able to kind of tap into their inner nerd and really show that, and I've seen some incredible cosplay. I mean, like, I always ask people, like, how long did you spend on that? People are like, oh my God, this is 3 months. We were able to do this. How much of it was made versus bought? I love getting into conversations with the cosplayers because it, to me, again, is one of the best demonstrations of, I care about this so much, let me show you, as opposed to, it's giving back as opposed to just taking.
Yeah. And would you yourself ever consider cosplaying?
I always dream about it, not like literally fall asleep and have these like mind movies. I'm just waiting for that pigeon to shit on me. But I always think about, just a little covering right here. I always think about doing it, but then honestly, I'm face to face with people that are really, really good at it. And so I just decide, like, I look at this and go, oh, I can never pull that off. So I'll just stick to the thing that I do kind of well, and then I'll let people go off and be amazing and just applaud them for their effort.
And have you ever seen, what is your opinion on when you see people cosplaying characters that you've voiced?
It's probably one of the greatest, again, homage, fan service, thank you that I could possibly think. And like, you take something like The Last of Us, and I've been at shows before where it's Joel, Ellie, Tess. I've seen a Henry and a Sam and a Clicker, and they're just all walking around. I was like, can we get a picture with you? I was like, this is not supposed to be playing out well for either of you. So it's incredibly humbling to know that we've inspired people so much that they would spend hours upon hours upon hours, or days or months, creating something because it meant that much to them.
Now, if you could be, not dresses, but be any of the characters you voiced, who would you choose? How could you choose? But
So, I know. Well, it's super hard because, like, I love Joel so much, but then I think about, I wouldn't want to be that guy because what a terrible, tragic figure he is. Again, I love Batman. I would probably be the Lego Batman because I don't think he gets too much into his parents' death. We don't dabble into that part of the lore. But I don't know, I'd really have to think about it. There's been some pretty cool characters that I've played, so I don't know.
That's fair. So, speaking of Batman, what is it like being your own arch nemesis?
Yeah, that shows that someone was stupid enough to hire me. No, it's an honor, and I always want to be stretched. I always want to be challenged. I always want to be able to do something that makes me think. And whenever I'm given the opportunity to, literally flip from dark to light. In every sense, because even Batman within our world is way lighter than he is in like what we did in Arkham Origins. So it's fun, and those are two of the characters that was my entrance into nerddom, was through Batman graphic novels. So whenever I kind of get to revisit that, I thought it was pretty cool.
Cool. Also Joker.
Yeah.
Have you met Mark Hamill, and what does he think about your incredible Joker voice?
So I've worked with Mark several times. The last time I worked with him, I don't think he would have heard anything that I had done, so I didn't bring it up. I want to be like, hey, I'm doing you, which would have been weird. But I found out after the fact that he wanted to make sure that I heard that he applauded and gave me the thumbs up. So that's all I could possibly ask for.
That's really cool. Now, let's see. What is it like being a part of so many huge franchises like Uncharted, Metal Gear Solid, Bioshock?
For me as a nerd, it's a mind... I freak out all the time. Again, when I first moved to LA, I just played, or as soon as I moved to LA, I started playing Uncharted 1. And to me, it was, pardon the pun, a game changer. To me, that set that there was a new bar that was not only being raised but being created for games. How we tell stories, how we have character-driven games beyond just like the archetypal stuff. And I was like, all I want to do. I sent an email to Naughty Dog going, you guys are amazing, and all I wanted to do was be a red shirt. I wanted to be someone that Nate Drake killed. That's all I wanted to do. I never could have imagined that 5-6 years later I would actually be in The Last of Us, and also now playing Nate Drake's brother. That's like Quinn.
You're my brother now.
Totally, which is really weird. Like that you're seeing this. Sam's a much more handsome fellow, and you're much better looking than Nolan North.
I thank you. I'm gonna cry. It's so beautiful. Now, what made you want to get into voiceover acting? Was there a game that just made it click that this is what you want to do for the rest of your life?
I always played games growing up. I was a gamer before I was an actor. And to me, you don't necessarily always choose your life chooses you. And so this was just the doors that started opening up. I thought I was going to light the world on fire as a rock star, and that's just not what life had planned for me. I still love making music, but I think you have to sometimes get out of your own way and be open to the doors that are opening instead of kicking down the ones that aren't. And once I started doing that, then I got some really cool opportunities, and I wouldn't trade the experiences that I've had or the experiences that I will have for anything. I'm very happy.
That's good to hear. Let me see. Oh, so you mentioned your music. Mm-hmm. My friends and I love your music. We think you're amazing. Do you have any plans to release any more of your own music?
Yeah, actually, just had a meeting with a friend of mine. We're talking about doing a new album. We're just kind of getting our heads together as far as what we want it to look like. But yeah, I'm itching to put down another album.
I'm definitely going to stalk your pages and wait for it.
Stalk.
All right, good. Now, when Merle Dandridge, Marlene from The Last of Us, broke out in song for the ending, what was going through your head?
If you look on that wonderful video clip that so many people have seen, you see me kind of like do one of these. I'm not surprised that it's happening because at that point we're just like anything goes. I literally was just thinking, holy crap, she's really good. Like, I knew she was a Broadway singer, but I didn't know she was that good. Just, you can't say. I was like, oh my God, I'm literally, what people paid like $200 a night to sit in a Broadway theater and see happen was happening 5 feet from me. And I was like, hold, you're really good. I just kind of wanted to sit down. and then because we have so much fun, and there's a lot of trust, especially on that game. So I was like, watch this, and I just like threw it back at her. And Joel literally has one line in that entire thing, which was, you just come after her. That was it. Everything else was just us having fun and dancing. And that's actually my wife on the table. Ashley was sick or out of town or something. She couldn't actually be there. So we needed an Ellie that I could pick up and carry away. And so if you watch, my wife is shuddering from laughing so hard, and she's trying not to bust the take. So just a little Easter egg for you, a little knowledge.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's too good. Now, do you have a favorite musical?
Oh, man. Favorite musical? I got to say Les Mis. Yeah.
It's a good choice. I definitely thumbs up.
It's my wife's absolute favorite. I think she's seen it 20 times. I've seen it about 6 now with her, and we've seen it all over the world. Every time I watch it, I learn something new about the characters, so that's fun.
That's always fun. Let me see. I just have a few more questions for you. This one is a very important question.
Okay.
Who would win in a fight, Vamp or Ocelot?
Is Phil still here? No, Ocelot. Absolutely Ocelot. Ocelot would destroy him, clearly. Hey, Phil. Vamp would good. Oh, he's gone again. Ocelot would destroy him.
You heard it here, folks. Ocelot would win. Now, what are the current projects you're working on besides Uncharted 4? Because we're all excited for that. But what are the other ones you're working on?
I know we're wrapping up Uncharted 4, which will be out in March. This comes out in March as well. We're talking about the DC Lego Superhero Justice League Cosmic Clash. Did I say it right? God.
Sounded pretty right to me.
Code names, and then when we come out, we're like, that's the name you went with. Okay. The final episode of Tales from the Borderlands is coming out this month. I know, it's so sad to see it go, but it's so good. It's so good. There's a couple other surprises that are coming at the first of the year.
I can't wait. Do you have any advice for people trying to get into the voiceover acting industry?
Yeah, I would say don't worry about the voice. The voice will come. Just focus on understanding what it means to be a character and an actor, making choices, taking direction, which is really, really hard. Because just because you sound cool doesn't mean that you can make it malleable and someone to be able to use that. And again, just don't spend your energy kicking down doors. Just look for the ones that are open because they are there, and don't try to fit in.
Great. It's wonderful advice, if I do say so myself. I think that's about the amount of time we have for today. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.